This company right here makes some really good products. Wouldn't you agree? What's up YouTube, it's Josh, FJ55 Iron Pig. As always, thank you very much for clicking on the video. I do greatly appreciate it. And as always, I hope that the information I put out does something for somebody in a positive way. Because that's what's really important. If nothing else entertains you. Are you not entertained? Today we're going to be talking about a Magpul product that I've been wanting for a short amount of time. The reason why I say that is because I've only known about it for a short amount of time. That is the Magpul light rail mount. Grab the box for you. Oh, I'm sorry, rail light mount. There it is. The rings are made of metal. The rest of it is made out of their plastic, like they have for their magazines. You can go from 0.75 inches diameter on a flashlight, or whatever you want to put in it, all the way up to a hair over an inch. And what I mean by that is 1.04. So basically an inch. A little hair over. So, purpose of having a light on your weapon. Well, you could do it to look tactical, or you can actually use it because it's a defensive weapon. My firearms in my house are used for defense, for target practice, for training, things like that. And it's no different from this one. And I really would like to get one of these days when I can justify spending the $100+ on it, not including tax or shipping. It is the Enforce weapon mounted light. It is a mount and a light all in one, which is the ideal setup you want to have because it's one less thing that's going to break or fail on you. Everything breaks, everything fails at some point. This is a two-part system. Separate light, separate mount. And technically, if you want to get into it, the Picatinny clamp has 2 parts plus 2 screws, bolts I should say. Then you have this piece right here, the cantilevered mount I guess is what it's called. And with the rings, you have 2 separate rings as well as another compression part with 2 more bolts. So you have a lot of parts and pieces on here that can go wrong. Is it going to go wrong? Murphy says yes, but in reality, chances are it's probably going to be good. I'm not clearing houses. I'm not going into battle with this. A nice thing about this mount is that it is slightly flexible. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not going to purposely try to bend the crap out of it. But it can take some bangs and go back into position. This is not the light I'm putting on it. This is a Bushnell T225 I got for Christmas from my nephew. It's specifically marketed towards hunters. You've got a white light. You have a red light. That's to save your night vision. And you have a bluish light, and that's to pick up blood and other bodily fluids. Picks up urine, makes it orange, you know. Blue and yellow. Get it? So yeah, it's about 225 lumens as it's advertised. I'll do a little separate review on it. I really like the flashlight, by the way. It comes in handy, and it comes with a little belt clip. It's pretty, you know, your standard type of belt clip. Nothing special there, but it works. Other things about this mount is very easy to install. Something I did not like about this mount is that right here, the part that the Picatinny part uses a flathead screwdriver, and right here, the part that crimps down the rings uses a hex head. Why not use hex on both, or why not use Phillips or the combination Phillips flathead on both sets? I don't know. I'm not Magpul. If you do install this, if you do purchase this, it's $29.99 suggested retail. I got this one cheaper from a channel, and by the way, this is a shout out to this channel. The only reason why I found them, like most channels, there's tons of channels out there, is I did a specific search for this. And it was like one of the top 10 results that came up, and it was Magpul, I'm going to mess it up if I don't read it, rail light mount fail. Everyone else was talking about how great it is, including Mr. Guns and Gear. That's a good review. I like his channel too. Check it out if you like firearms related stuff. But it had a fail. And it wasn't a fail in that it broke or anything like that. The fail, and I don't have these type of sights, is in the Magpul. I believe he said, I could be wrong here, I believe he said it was the first generation backup iron sights, the ones that flip up for the front sight. It created an interference. Because right here on the cantilever mount, you probably can't see this on camera, I apologize. But right here, there's a piece of plastic, or polymer I should say, and it interferes with the activation switch to pop up the sight. Now, not really a big deal if you're at the range or you just target shooting. That's really not a big deal. But if you get into defensive and you need it right then and there, yeah, that's a big deal. Especially if your optic goes down. By optic, I mean like a red dot, a scope, an RMR, whatever you're using. Another nice thing is this ramp right here, if it's showing up on camera, it has some grooves on it. It's not highly aggressive, but that's somewhere where you can throw your thumb on it as a thumb rest. Now, when I'm firing my rifle, I usually have my hand wrapped around it right here. My finger doesn't go on the barrel there, because that gets really hot really quick. But I usually have my hand there. And it's just natural for me to put my thumb right there. I really like the way the mount is like that. The light sits fairly high. Actually, here. Yes, I do keep my weapons loaded. That's their purpose. Don't worry, you can't get shot through the internet. But it's high. It's almost at the same level as the A2 sight post, the little flanges that protect it, ears, whatever they're called. And it sits far forward of it as well. It's very important that your flashlight sits as far forward as possible, because the barrel, or whatever else is obscuring it, is going to block this angle of light right there. What is that, 20 degrees? 15 degrees? That much light at night especially is going to cast a shadow. You're going to have a dead spot. You're not really going to be focusing that too much in a defensive factor, but it has an effect. It really does. And the further back your flashlight is, the more crap that you have on your firearm is going to get in the way. In fact, a couple times I've been shooting lately, I really haven't even used my foregrip. Honestly. I just kept it on there because it looked kind of cool. This is normally how I have it. I don't keep the rail covers on it. This is how I go. If I have rail covers, it's just where I put my hands. That's it. And this mount comes in handy because it covers this whole section, so my thumb is going to be protected there. And I usually have gloves, so that's for the protection. But the Magpul light mount is pretty dang cool. I like it. So, oh yeah, the YouTube channel. I'm sorry, the shout out. 556 channel. That's his name. 556 channels. Channel is where I got this. He had this review on it. It was a really good review. He put on about, I think it was 4 or 5 different rails on 4 or 5 different rifles and showed the pros and cons of it. Very well done. And he sold me his because he didn't need it anymore. And it's in brand new condition. He only used it for the video he did. So, again, thank you, Mr. 556 channel. I greatly appreciate that if you ever watch this video. Would I recommend it? Short term, having not used it, gone shooting with it? Yeah, I would recommend this. One, the price is right for me. I'm on a budget, a really tight budget, so that works out great. I don't have a lot of money to spend on it. Next, I need to get an actual tactical light, and that's probably going to be also a 556 channel suggestion. I never heard of this light before. I don't know how I didn't, but it's by Surefire. It's the 6XP or 6PX, something like that. You can get them between $40 and $60. It's a tactical light. They have ones with different modes. They have one where it's just momentary on, so it's like that. And that's what I'm getting. I'm going to get a momentary on, I believe. But yeah, that's just my little first impressions of it. I like this mount. It's great. And I would highly recommend it. If you guys have any questions, comments, smart remarks, as always, please just put them down below. And be safe out there. Make good decisions. Love your loved ones. Thank you for watching.